Maybe it does. Maybe it does. Where is my... There it is. Yeah. That's not the right song. That's not the right song. No, I don't like that one. Alright. Hey guys, how you guys liking this? For the background of your fanfics. You guys ready for your fanfic reading? Oh. Yeah, you can. It's just, it might be quiet, but I know you can hear it because I see it showing up. Like, I could turn it all the way up. I was like, you're lying, I know you can hear it. It's time for your fanfic reading. I don't want to turn the background music up too terribly high. Okay, so by the way, I don't know who wrote any of these, by the way. Just so you know, I don't know who wrote any of these. How would I know? You know? Hold on, let me format it just a little bit. Ah, there we go. Now, all of these are anywhere from like 3 to 8 pages. In this one document though, I have 13 pages. Cause I took them all from the documents they sent me and put them into here. So, number 1. We have the simp. Which, this one... What do you mean, bruh? We're reading fanfics about me and my mods, okay? And about you guys, cause I saw your guys' names in these, not gonna lie. Cause I may have skimmed over them just a tad. Oh yeah, camera, you're in like all of them. Just like, by the way. Yeah, like, you're in so many of these. Eight pages would be cheating. I mean, it was... Okay, for the fanfic contest, it was one of the rules that you had to be pregnant. Oh, Snow! Yeah, that was one of the rules, by the way. Alrighty! The Simp. Fanfic number 1. 'Tis a report about when I met Vera and her mods, by feeding Vera Crunchwrap Supreme with my toes. After 32 years of simping for Vera, she agreed to go on a lunch date with me. Seeing her in person was magnificent. Her head was so square. I could feel the intense CRT light from her magnificent screen scorching my retina. We got to Taco Bell. I bought plenty of food for the both of us. Vera fed me with her toes, and I smooshed the food onto Vera's radiant face. I could feel the buzz from the brawn tube through my toesies. After finishing smashing food into her glorious face, I picked up the Mountain Dew with both my feet to wash down her food. As soon as the paper straw touched her face, I felt a jolt through my whole body. When I next awoke, I was in a cold, dark cave. I felt a tickling on my feet. Looking down, I saw Chris licking my feet. When he saw me move, he scuttled away like a wild beast. Looking around the grimly lit cavern, I see another TV head. This one looks down, destitute and heavily pregnant. I assume that's camera. To the right, I hear a mumbling as I look over and see Unknown whispering nonsense while etching something into the wall. Then I see a glint of pure beauty out of the corner of my eye. I shoot up, erect. I walk towards the purple glow of Koobs. Chris is at her feet, whimpering. She descended from her throne, carved into the cave, and welcomed me to Vera's Gunagan. Gunagon? I hear a loud clank from somewhere from the darkness and hear Vera bellow out from the distance, "Mods! I brought you food, but you must hunt them down." I glance around the room and panic, seeing Chris, Unknown, and Koobs looking at me with their different looks in their eyes. A look of hunger. My survival instincts kick in and I start running into the darkness as my eyes slowly adjust to the lack of light. All I do is run, hitting walls, tripping on things, littering the floor. I am panting. My muscles scream out in pain, my vision starts turning red, and I can hear my heart thumping in my ears. When I think I've got enough distance, I try to take a breath and let my burning muscles rest, if just a little bit. Suddenly, I feel a sharp pain on my thing. Looking down, I see blood pouring down my thigh. Looking around frantically to see what had happened, I see Chris chewing, with blood smeared on his face. Fueled with my adrenaline, my body decides to fight. I can't focus on a single thought. As I find my body feeling like it's aflame, charging at Chris, I tackle him, grappling him, punching. I can feel my hands cry out in pain, but my body keeps attacking. Out of nowhere, Koobs kicks me in my left titty. Air escapes my lungs as I fly off Chris. I hit a wall, coughing. Warm iron fills my mouth as I spit it out and try to get some air. Out of the darkness emerges the heavily pregnant camera. As Koobs and I Sorry, that sorry, that caught me off guard there for a hot second. the heavily pregnant camera. As Koobs and Unknown as Koobs and Unknown start to surround me, Chris getting up off the floor to join them. I go to run again, but fall to the floor. I try to stand, but I can't. I look up at why? My leg is gone, liquid seeping out from the missing limb. My mind goes blank, trying to think of a way to survive. I take a deep breath, then feel a snap. I feel nothing. I hear nothing. All I see is the world tilt. Then, nothing. Honestly, for fanfic number 1, I think that one was pretty good. Not gonna lie, I like that one. That one was pretty funny. Yeah, peak. Yeah, no, honestly, 10 out of 10. That was a good fanfic. Yeah. No, like, that was so good. What am I reading? It's the fanfic contest, Chris! No, it was so good, dude. We only received 3 entries, but like, man, I'm digging it. Now, who's the main character? The writer. The chatter is the main character. It's like a YN fanfic. Where you, the reader, are the person inside the cave. Yeah. It's a perspective. Yeah. At least I'm not on it. That's fair. I like it. I dig it. I love that I'm in it, honestly. How many we got to read? There's only 3 fanfics, but the next one is 8 pages. You're in the mod cave. I think you're attacked in all of them, Chris. Okay, this next one I titled number 2 collab because I couldn't think of what else to call it from the blank, or from the quick skim I did of it. 8 pages. Yeah. So this next one has a lot of you in it, not gonna lie. Okay. Disclaimer before reading. This collaborative project was done over the span of 2 days, through rewrites, scrapping a lot of characters, and making many poor writing decisions. It is finally done. We hope you enjoy. Oh yeah, it is because of the formatting, but yeah. I did increase your words. Not gonna lie. I made them bigger so I could read them. Gunk is a redhead? Okay. Okay, just oh. Yeah, I wonder who wrote this one. I didn't know Gunk was a redhead. Anyway, sorry. IRL. Oh, yeah, me too! I also go by a redhead online. Cause it's the closest you can get to orange. Okay. Whew. Gunk, the small redhead assistant. Based on the chai color? Oh, wait, that makes so much sense. Gunk, the small redhead assistant, is looking stressed and scared while screaming to a beautiful tall woman with short green hair. That's her boss, Tro, who she's madly in love with. Gunk is a woman? Okay. I did enjoy Halloween, but we're reading a fanfic right now. Gunk, no, wait, don't do it. You could end up dying. We never know what could go wrong, she says while starting to sob. Tro, but I must. The future of humanity depends on this drug, Gunk, she says with a sad but determined looking smile. What an altruistic fella. I am not listening to this fuck-ass. This is not the jazz I want. Where's my copyright-free jazz? Okay. What a sneaky snitch. Okay. There it is. I'll probably know it when I hear it. What an altruistic fella. Gunk, we have lived like a few thousand years all by ourselves, Tro. Why do we need men in this world after they all died a few thousand years ago? This sounds like the exposition of a bad fanfic or something. Yeah, that's fair. But we're all women. We need men because, yeah, Fuda just isn't cutting it anymore. Okay, fair. Anyway, the concoction, here it is. At least, let me be the one to drink it. I wouldn't want to live in a world without you. She looks at Tro's face with tears in her eyes. Sim, what do you mean by that? At that moment, when Tro's distracted by Gunk's teary face, she suddenly snatches the drug from Tro's hands and quickly gulps it down. What are you doing? If anyone's gonna risk their lives for this, it's gonna be me. Gunk starts feeling hot and weak, and is almost falling to the ground dizzily. I think it's working. This must be a side effect of the sudden hormonal shift occurring inside of my body. It's in my body. Okay. Tro quickly moves over to catch Gunk, who collapses onto her arms, giving her a lap as she faints. A couple minutes pass when Gunk finally reopens her eyes. Are you okay? Do you feel weird anywhere? Any pain? Hallucinations? Tail growth? Sudden zones of Gunk? Wait, that's normal, never mind. Huh? I don't know how I feel. Kind of disoriented? But I think I see an angel in front of me. She winks. While laying on Tro's soft thighs, she looks at her own body in disbelief. She? I mean, he, because to our surprise, she has turned into a short and cute-looking man. It works! We did it! He says with a bright smile. But when he looks at Tro's face, who's doing the same, he suddenly blushes and looks away. What's wrong? Your face looks red. Are you experiencing any side effects? The smile fading from her face slightly. No. I just spaced out for a second. Don't worry about it, he says while trying to get up. Tro's face shifts back into smile, and she cheerfully helps Gunk to get up. We did it! We really did it, Gunk! She starts jumping in happiness to commemorate. Yes, it works! He grabs Tro by the shoulders and pulls her in for a hug. They start jumping in circles and hugging, and stop when the moment feels just right. Gunk goes in for a kiss. At first, Tro feels startled, but then she starts feeling hot. Her body lights up and she starts enjoying it. But that's when it dawns on her. A dreadful realization. How many good ones we have thus far? Honestly, the first one was pretty killer. I really liked the first one. Not gonna lie. This is the second one. We've only gotten to the second one. Tro! She pushes Gunk away with a worried expression. This heat, I know what it means. This is not love, Gunk. This drug might be contagious. There's gonna be men everywhere. Quick, lock down the lab, she says in desperation just before she faints. Gunk activates a mechanism with a small metal tool that blocks entry from out or in. Simply locks the door with a key. He takes a deep breath, proud of his hard work. But they didn't account for something. The potency behind this drug was boundless. After experiencing a kiss of a beautiful woman, Gunk simply couldn't hold himself back. He ended up jorking it in the lab bathroom. Oh, sorry, my bad. He ended up jorking it in the lab bathroom. His sticky gunk flew around everywhere. The floor, sink, and the toilet. He ended up contaminating the sewers and in turn a large lake. And that's how, during one fated morning, a phenomenon known as gender-bending rain made its way into the history books. Virat Gunner, or just Vera for short, lives in a penthouse full of Ghostface posters. She's laying on her bed, scrolling through social media, trying to waste time away when it suddenly started raining. Could this day get any worse? My feed's been nothing but cat girls and thirst traps for 2 centuries straight. That's when That's when Vera suddenly hears a voice inside of her head. It's unknown. A younger rogue AI girl who has developed a master-servant relationship with her senpai, Vera. Senpai? Look at the news! Hey, I already told you to call me before you barged into my neural network, you freak. What if I was gooning or something? Gooning? You're amazing, senpai. Never mind that. What do you want? It's about the rain. It's changing people. Look. She pulls up a holographic TV. No fucking way. Chat, is this real? If this is another one of your tricks to get me to go outside unknown, I swear I will. It's not. I promise this is real, senpai. This is great. This is amazing. It's been thousands of years since I've last seen some yaoi. Do you know what that means? You're gonna start gooning for real? No, you idiot. Well, kind of maybe. But that's not what I mean. What do you mean? It's time to skin some humans, she says with a creepy smirk, and you can feel the creep right now. In its creepiness. Creep. A trouble starts walking through the rain, each one of them holding large umbrellas. Snow. So, can we interlock toes after this terrible rain? Coombs. Sure, why not? Chris. Hey, can I join? Coombs. You can sit in the corner. Chris. Can I be in the splash zone? Coombs. No. Oh, is this supposed to say trouble? Oh, okay. The trouble. With Snow, Coombs, and Chris. Got it. Oh, man. This was the cycle of conversation that happened very frequently. In some ways, it was different. But this conversation repeats itself over and over. The throuple didn't even go to a specific designation. They were just walking in circles around the city blocks. Nothing ever got accomplished with these three. The cycle was going to begin once more, but they saw someone walking out of a building, interrupting Snow's visceral mockery of flirting. Camera. I'm going to be so late to my doctor's appointment. I gotta see how healthy my baby is. Not knowing the effects of the rain, Camera stepped out beyond the awning of the building she exited from. Suddenly, something writhed beneath her skin, making it look like snakes and worms were crawling under it. Chris. Oh my god, what's happening? Sorry. Oh my god, what's happening? Snow, Coobs, you have to give me a coop job. If this pregnant fellow turns into a dude. Cameron's features start morphing. Her hair begins to shorten. Muscles appear and disappear. Fearfully, Cameron runs under the awning, but it was too late. She already became a man. Well, damn. I guess you can see my coobies then. Snow. Hell yeah. Chris. Guys? I think the rain is gender bending. Shut up, Chris. Fine. I guess I'll go into the building after the poor man who got turned into a man. Stupid little pregnant boy. Chris runs like a twink. Because she's walking like a twink. Her umbrella fails to catch a few drops that land on her hands. However, this is enough to cause a surge of energy to enter her body. Just when she reached the awning. Damn. What's happening to Chris? It's kinda hot. Let's follow her. Sure, baby. Why not? Vera sat in her decadent manner, which overlooked the city. Stupid little Stupid little pregnant boy who runs like a twink. I wish I was a 1%er in real life. In all of these fanfics, why am I so rich? I wish this were really real life. In real life, I'm one paycheck away from becoming a homeless person. Vera sat in her decadent manner, which overlooked the city. She didn't skin humans yet because she needed to stream Dead by Daylight in a waitress outfit. However, when stream ended, she got up. Alright, now it's time. Yes! This will be so amazing, senpai! What are we gonna do? Grinning maliciously. Isn't it obvious? I'm about to fulfill my yaoi needs. It's time to become the Skinner. That's hella cringy. Exclamation point fuck at unknown74. Fuck you. Damn it. Bratwi proceeds to walk up to an elaborate bookshelf in her manor, adorned with outlets and television screens, carved into wood. She didn't care about such details. She instead pulled on a certain book. Of course it was gooning material, and no, you wouldn't know what it is. And the bookshelf slid to the side, revealing a long corridor. You never told me you had this, senpai. Ignoring unknown, Vera walked into its blackness, the dark coating the hall like a fog. Vera turned on a flashlight, which illuminated the whole hall. Is that supposed to say fleshlight or flashlight? Because honestly, I don't know if that's a misspelling. Inside were many crates, one of which Vera opened with a specific interest. Vera? Are those, wings? Mm-hmm. She pulled out another specific box. Inside was a large set of garden shears. She picks them up, tosses them around a few times, then grabs another box. Rufus flex. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, those tentacles are gonna look so hot on you. Tentacles are always hot. Well, I guess let's... Senpai? Oh well? We shall indeed, my child. They both start laughing in such an evil way. You guys would be shocked at how evil the laugh was. I'm shaking in my boots now. Holy, I'm scared. The throuple followed Camera through the large building. He ran frantically, grasping at his large baby bump as if it would fly off. He took off to the 3rd floor. The throuple followed closely behind. Oh, hi, Boggy. Coobs, even for a man, you still look twinkish. Hey guys, that's kinda mean. Don't worry, I like them to be twinks. As they all reached the 3rd floor, Camera rushed over to a door. Grabbing a key, he tried unlocking it, but because his fingers were all swollen from the pregnancy, he dropped the key. As he bent over, a large crash came from the wall. Even for a man. I love this. Behind him, something that looked to be a metal spider with an orange body broke through the building. The TV on its head flickered with instability. Guys, I need to goon. Where's my yaoi? Suddenly, the door that Camera tried to open broke off, sending Camera flying the opposite direction. out walked the most masculine, muscular, and handsome man. Gunk. I smelled a pregnant twink from here, he said in a super heroic and awesome voice. Wow, I didn't know you were that strong. A less muscular, handsome man stepped out behind Gunk, obviously flustered and attracted. What a simp! You, yes you! Your skin will do nicely as a yaoi puppet! Ooh, and you got a partner with you. Let me take a look. Vera extends a metallic tentacle towards Tro, picking him up and pulling him closer. Ah, help me! Please help me! No, Tro will save you! Oh. Do we have a fighter on our hands? Well, no need to play with my food, I can just skin ya. She chops at the air with her large garden shears. No, I will not let that happen! Right when the sharp edge of the shears were inches from Gunk's torso, a rift opened behind Vera, as if a sever through reality itself. A grand man, no, God, stepped forward. Everyone in the room knew his name, despite not seeing or knowing him before. Boatman! Why do you strike against my greatest acolyte? He is gunked so hard that I, the mighty sex god. Do you wanna listen to the part of the fanfic about you? Alright. Boatman, why do you strike against my greatest acolyte? He is gunked so hard that even I, the mighty sex god Boatman, heard it from my bad dragon-sponsored throne. You shall repay for these sins, cuck. Vera. Boatman, no! Not when my yaoi dreams are this close! This tangible! Unknown. Please take me. I will not leave my senpai alone, Uwu. Boatman. Enough of your squandering worm! You clankers deserve to rot! Vera was suddenly grabbed and dragged by a massive hand into another realm in the blink of an eye. Through the hole in reality, they could smell the pungent smell of doomed Yuri. Everyone in the building shuddered in unease. Boatman disappeared too, seeing that all matters have been taken care of, but not before giving a hearty wave to Snow, Cooves, and Chris, and they all bowed in return. Almighty Boatman, I am eternally humbled at my salvation. Wow, you are alive. And hot! Come here and let's kiss. Get a load of this guy. Well, okay. Starts making out with Tro. It is so intense that they both start rolling around on the floor. Wet kisses echoed off the wall. Whoa, these dudes are kissing! Awesome! We can kiss too, baby girl. Can I join? No, but I guess you can be in the splash zone. This time. The sex god Boatman looked upon the group of gooners in satisfaction. Every one of them was different, yet similar at the same time. This is why I became the sex god. And then it ends. Why am I the villain? You're the god that killed me. Exactly. And put me into doomed Yuri land. No, I really liked it. No, that was great. Alright, that was it. Sorry for bothering you. It's okay. His deep end, silly. It was. Doomed Yuri Super Hell. Alright, we got one more. Let me go. Let me go pull it up. Okay, alright. Ooh. Alright, here's the third one. Don't worry, don't worry. Chris lurched towards her, dead-eyed like a rabid animal. A dying rabid animal. Not one frothing at the mouth, and not one with this intent in its eyes. It was like he was already gone. Like the disease. Duck. This one is a PDF, yeah. I mean, they were all PDFs, but this one had like really specific formatting, so I didn't want to like change it. No, camera, you guys are mods. You have to do your job. You guys don't have to ban any people, but you do have to allow messages through. That's how it is. That's how it is. You can pay for this. And by this, I mean, I like how camera was also just added in the previous fanfic, just for the fact that he was pregnant. He was pregnant, that's it. I think that's really funny. No other mention other than the fact Camera's so pregnant right now. Shit, that's crazy. No, you may not ban people. I purposely trigger automod. I don't know. There's ways. There's a lot of ways. He's pregnant as fuck, but useless. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, I'm gonna start from the beginning again because I cut off in the middle. Okay, Chris lurched forward. Fuck. Chris lurched towards her, dead-eyed like a rabid animal, a dying rabid animal. Not one frothing at the mouth, and not one with intent in its eyes. It was like he was already gone. Like the disease within was all that was left. Everything slowed, seemingly exponentially. Chris's hand reaching out to touch her. It was as if the universe was focusing down on a single moment in time, extending it on forever. She realized in hindsight it was a particularly relevant moment. Why'd you have to use such big words? In most moments, the choices you made would determine some number of usually inconsequential things. When you cross a road, what time would you wake up the next afternoon? But some moments, equally short as the unimportant ones, alter your life so drastically that the second the choice occupied seems to last an eternity. This particular moment was one such case. As Chris made contact with her shoulder, Vera realized very rapidly that the decision was made in the exact point in time would determine whether or not she died. But as she made that realization, the second most surprising thing to happen was Chris's head exploding. Blood and skin and brains burst out like a popping water balloon, coating every surrounding surface. His eyes burst like dams, drizzling for what remained of his skull. Can I make you a fanfiction for no reason? You could try. The most surprising thing to happen in that moment was the explosion of noise elapsing on the left side of Vera's head. The ringing bang that stunned her harder than the sight of Chris's brainless body slumping to the ground. She turned her head to see the shotgun hovering over her shoulder, held in the hands of the rust-ridden robot. Nico dropped down their gun, dramatically, flaring a toothpick, flicking it around their hinged jaw with a range of motion they absolutely did not have. That wasn't Chrissy Pissy anymore, they said, prodding the body with their treads, as if concerned the splatter of brain goop on the floor might somehow come back to life. What? Vera shouted. Chrissy was dead the moment the virus entered his body. Once he turned, there was no way back. What? Vera shouted over the ringing in her ears. Come on, Clanker. We can't stay here. This place must be crawling with those things. Ligo started rolling away extremely slowly. Vera watched, not knowing a single thing they said. She looked down at the body of the weird freak she didn't really know, shook her head, and followed the robot. Even at their slowest walking speed, she overtook Liko in a couple steps. Carrying Liko by the hand, Vera exited the door of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Out into the car park, she wished she could say it was a nice place, but it wasn't. Even before the bite of "Har, har, har, har," it was a dodgy area. But after the lawsuits, it became a magnet for the kinds of people you'd avoid eye contact with. Empty bottles and cans of piss and alcohol were lined up along the walls. People smoked underneath the overhangs, and zombies idled mindlessly in the middle of the lot. The last thing about the zombies wasn't really to do with Freddy's, but it still seemed kinda sketchy. Nobody seemed to take in mind, likely because the infected were completely indistinguishable from the crackheads who'd stick their hands in Foxy's mouth and slap Chica's over-engineered ass. But Vera got the sense she shouldn't go near them, regardless of whether or not they were a zombie or a furry chicken gooner. She locked the car door, plopped Liko in the passenger seat, and sat down. Locking the door, she rubbed her ears. It didn't really help with the ringing. What are you doing here, Liko-chan? I just saved your life. What the fuck kind of question is that? You brought a shotgun to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I was saving you. Because someone doesn't read the news. What's happened on the news? Liko sighed, twisting the dial on her radio. Every station repeated the same lines over and over. This is a government-issued announcement. Your area has been placed under quarantine. Do not leave your house under any circumstance. If you leave for any reason, wear a full PPE and stay 6 feet apart from other people. The instructions continued for a moment before looping. They turned the volume down. And you still messaged me to say you were going to Freddy's. Oh, I thought my playlist sounded a little different. The diner was tucked away in dense trees like it was hiding away a secret from society, which turned out to be a very helpful quality of Freddy's. For Vera, she drove towards town. She didn't get far before realizing that urbanization was the death trap of the apocalypse. Traffic ran on for miles and miles. She pulled over as the queue of cars trying to go the opposite direction started to pile. Deciding, maybe, going into the heart of the beast was a bad idea. She turned off as soon as she could. Where are we supposed to go then? Vera asked, tapping the wheel with her index. I know a place, but I don't like it. Liko grimaced. The sliding peephole opened with a thunk, unveiling a set of gorgeous eyes to Vera. She was instantly love-struck and came in her pants, point blank on the spot. It was crazy. You should have been there. Pale lilac pupils gazing out at her, the rest of the face bossed in shadow. Go away. The pupil slammed shut. Vera turned and shrugged. It was worth a shot, I guess. Liko pushed her aside and begrudgingly pulled out an A4 package wrapped in brown paper. They barely pushed it through the mail slot before ravenous shredding noises beamed from the other side. Chapter 16? Where did you find this? This is premium material! Vera could hear heavy animalistic panting on the other side of the door. The heavy lock clunked open and the door slid ajar. Koobs was sat on the ground, eyes fixed on the Japanese comic in her hands. On the cover was 2 shirtless men intimately gripping each other's bodies. Fuck, I can't fucking read. Surrounded by pink petals, drool was pulling over the covers. Koobs loomed from above, frothing at the mouth. She looked up innocently, spitting out a torn shred of brown sheet, sending it tumbling to the ground to join the mess of paper wrapping on the ground. Hi, Liko-chan. Liko groaned. This was a mistake. No. This is very good. You should comment. Totally. And Koobs' eyes tipped over to Vera's screen, squinting, skeptically. That thing can come in too, I suppose. Did you just call me a thing? Her weird purple hair flick thing that didn't make much of an anatomical sense bobbed up and down as Koobs skipped deeper into the lab, flaunting the unequivocal yaoi in her hands. Vera followed cautiously, and there was a madness to this freakish human that encouraged her to stay several feet away. Liko followed even further behind, but that was mostly because their top speed was like 2.5 kilometers per hour, which is like slower than an elderly person in America. Camera! I got us a present! I got you a present, Liko muttered. Leave me alone! Camera yelled, but not before Koobs was already pressing the pages of the comic into his face. Camera cried like a little bottom bitch, per usual. Honestly, yeah, pretty realistic portrayal. Yeah, I'd have to agree. The most notable thing about Camera was that he was 9 months pregnant, which was especially curious to Liko-chan, who had noted that Camera was also 9 months pregnant when they last visited 2 months ago. and 9 months pregnant when they visited a month before that. They struggled to recall a time Camera was not 9 months pregnant, which raised the much larger question as to where all these months of pregnancy were coming from. Aside from this huge pregnancy lump, he was remarkably similar to Vera, donned with his own television head and 2 donut eyes. No, I do. I love this. He seemed to always have a rather lofty expression, which clashed against his constantly exasperated tone, though Liko could not fault him. They'd personally need much more than a saint's patience to be in such close proximity to Coops for such long periods of time. She worked him hard, too, making him do mysterious goon science for entertainment, probably. Vera peered over Camera's shoulder and past the pages of gay sex being thrusted onto his face to see his monitor, which seemed to have more gay sex on it. What are y'all doing down here, way out in the forest? Coops rested the yaoi on Camera's head. Oh, that? She sprung around to face Vera directly. We're doing science, she grinned. That's actually what we're here for, Kubalicious. Liko finally caught up with the rest of them at the desk, in the middle of the room. There's been an outbreak. You probably haven't noticed because you don't leave the lab, but some parasitic force seems to overwhelm. But some parasitic force seems to have overwhelmed society at large. It's all over the news. People are turning into lust-riddled monsters. Chris, their jaws drooped a little. Chrissy Pissy was one of the ones who got turned. They sighed bleakly. Oh, good. He might finally be good in bed now. Do you have him with you? Coops asked. I can go grab him if he's in the car. I'm used to handling rabid animals. What? You did bring him, right? Liko blew his brains out in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza! Vera reported like a fucking snitch. I had to say that! He was about to infect her! Coops was quiet for a moment. I wish someone had blew my brains out in Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm not gay, Chris said. Or he wasn't gay. But in his game of playing it straight, nobody could tell the straights from the gays. And so the gays sure weren't in it for the love. I mean, they're gay, but indubitably so. Jackie knew she had to make tough calls when time came. Even Luciano the Hut. So, for you guys that don't know, me, Chris, Coops, and Unknown have been watching a show called Playing It Straight. Right? And this entire page is just a summary of Playing It Straight, with a picture of the guy on the show called Chris, who does his confessionals inside of a bathtub. For just one episode, which is like half the show essentially. He does all of his confessionals inside of like a bathtub. Well, see, they all look like guys from Brokeback Mountain, because half of them are gay and half of them are straight. And that's the whole point of the show. Jackie has to pick the straight ones from the gay ones. If she gets together with a gay man, he wins $1 million. If she gets together with a straight man, they both split $1 million. And they find love. Yeah, so this is Chris from Playing It Straight. Just for a little bit of context, you know? Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Shutting emergency doors. Locking down pornographic materials. Sirens whirred as the alarm flashed, red like small lighthouses, shining on everything in danger. They all glowed crimson. No! My porn collection! Coops wailed, bashing her fists against the shutters that slammed down upon the trove of gratuitous material kept on her desk. Don't take it away! It's all I have! Camera grabbed her by the collar. No! The other kind. Oh, like the shirt collar, yeah. And get dragged away as the zombies lurched into the room. How did they get in? We have 7 layers of security! You left the door open, Vera suggested. What? Coos wept. Leave me to die with it, please. I can't go on. With Liko being carried by Vera and Coos being dragged by Camera, they darted towards the back of the facility, dashing through rooms filled with suspicious liquid. In hallways made of skin, Vera caught her eye on a room marked "Womb" and pushed on in despair, forced to follow Camera, never to be graced with the warm embrace of the womb room. She could hear the blast of Liko's shotgun as they were substituted for empty clicks. They cursed and put the gun back wherever they kept it. This way! Camera directed, pushing through the emergency door, yet more sirens wailed as they all collapsed onto the grassy floor of the forest. Why am I being carried? 'Cause you're so fucking slow. That's the whole thing, Liko-chan. You're so slow that I just carry you around. I drive you everywhere because you're slower than an elderly person. According to this fanfic. Shut it, Liko shouted as they pushed open the fire exit doors. As they pushed the fire exit doors closed, the door alarm stopped, but the noise of the building's alarm quickly replaced it. We're so fucked. It's so over, Camera said dully. We'll be fine, we just have to get away from this lab. This noise is going to attract all the zombies right to us. Vera just had to shout to hear herself talk. She got to her feet, grabbing Camera and Coos by the hands and helping them up. When she let go, they were sticky, and led them and Liko-chan out, deeper into the forest, without much concern for direction. No, I thought it was 2 kilometers per hour. As the sound of the sirens dimmed, the sounds of birds, crunchy leaves, and footsteps replaced them. Camera felt his heart rate settle. Frankly, he wanted to punch Coos in the face. He felt that urge a lot, but it was particularly what the fuck is that? Opposite? Right now, given that because of her stupidity, they no longer had any of their food, any of their clean water, any of their electricity, equipment, money, light, beds, medical supplies, security, and most importantly, porn. The porn was gone! Fuck! The hours dragged on and on, the 4 of them wandering aimlessly through the woods. It was starting to get dark, which was especially concerning, because as far as Vera knew, none of them had a light, but for the moment it was peaceful. She could just enjoy the way the twigs and leaves crumpled beneath her feet as she walked. The orange sun glowed between the trees, creating pretty shafts of light casting down on moths and specks in the air. Did you see the way their mouths were frothing? Liko wondered aloud. Yeah, it was like they'd been reading a good porn. Coos, normal people don't froth at the mouth when they read porn. Clearly, you just haven't read good enough porn, Liko-chan. Which doesn't make any sense. You must see the stuff you send me. Liko sighed. I suspect the virus is spread via saliva or something of that nature. They rattled some of the reasons why they thought that, but it sounded boring and lame, so Vera ignored it. Whatever way it's infecting people, I want nothing to do with it, she said. Suddenly, as they pushed through the brush, they came face to face with a gas station. Vera failed. No, not November, where she stood. Oh my gosh, Liko-chan! Liko-chan, look! It's a gas station! Fucking finally, Camera sighed with relief. Something to eat would be delightful. You should be careful. Liko squinted suspiciously. We are pretty defenseless right now. They planted a hand on their empty ammo sash. The 4 entered the quiet station. It seemed abandoned. Not even a person at the register. They broke up to investigate. Camera started foraging food off the shelves. Mostly old chocolate. Mostly old chocolate bars that were certainly melted in their wrapping. Coos was looking through the books, extremely disappointed. And Liko was looking for ammo, but also extremely disappointed. Vera wandered towards the back of the building, looking to take a fat piss. She reached the door to the ladies' room. An arm burst through, grabbing at her bow. She tumbled backwards, crawling away on the floor as the crazed look of the lustful monster. You guys can see! Alright, you guys can see. I know you can. I'm looking at it on my own OBS. Fuck you. I know you guys can see just fine. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, okay. Alright. Alright. Fuck you guys. Pregnant boy, and you have no shotgun ammo. Alright. Crawling away on the floor as the crazed look of the lustful monster lunged into the bathroom door. It was an odd assessment, but it kind of reminded her of a dog. The way it didn't quite understand that a door would wedge itself if you tried to go in the direction it was closing, failing to recognize the only way to go forwards is to go back. So instead, mindless and angry, it just pushed harder and harder. Ruthlessly through any pain it could still even feel. Its arm simply couldn't take it. Bone crunched loudly. It couldn't tear off, of course, but it mangled disturbingly as it was flattened between the door and the doorframe. The monster thrashed, bursting through. Vera had used the time to escape back, but it was closing in now. She could see the saliva flinging off its face as it jerked its body freakishly. It neared her. She felt like time started to slow. Just like before. It was scary how easily it happened, and knowing a single drop could turn her into that. A creature that had mutilated its body just to infect another living thing. All it took was a single speck of saliva, a single tear, a single condensed breath. She refused to let this moment be the one she died. Oh, there it is. I lost my place. She tore at the shelves, throwing cereal boxes and milk cartons to the ground, bursting into a nicely prepared breakfast on the floor. She felt her back hit the counter. She jolted like she'd been jabbed. She then closed her eyes so she wouldn't have to see the world slow down again. But before the world could collapse into a single moment, bang! The zombie's head perfectly burst open, pissing blood all over the floor, ruining the perfectly good cereal. Chrissy Pissy raised the tip of his gun to his face and blew away the smoke. "Miss me, baby girl?" he asked. "Chris, I literally exploded your head with a shotgun," Lego complained. "Yeah, they kind of did, Chris. You really shouldn't be alive right now." Chris pouted angrily. "You guys never let me have any fun. Why can't I be in this story? You cut me off on the first page. Look, I'll do something really cool right now. You have to let me stay in the story." Chris then began to do a super cool thing. First and that's where it ends. That's where it ends. Yep. Doomed, Chrissy. Doomed. And that was all we got. Those were all the submissions. So, let me do something really fast. That was awesome. Yeah, I liked all of them, not gonna lie. That was all really cool. No, they were so peak. Was that an hour? Oh shit, that was an hour of fanfics. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna make a good book about Goody. Okay, and then number 3 was... No, those were so good. Okay, or just... Okay, I'm trying to spell apocalypse, but I cannot figure out how to spell apocalypse. So you're getting a really misspelled apocalypse. That's so fair. Oh, thank you. APOCALYPSE. Thank you. I could not figure it out for the life of me. I did give you guys a month. That is true. I mean, people get busy. Like, I know I would not have been able to write a whole fanfic in last month. Not gonna lie. With all the things I was doing last month, I would not have been able to write a fanfic. Not gonna lie. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Which one do you think was the best? It is a 5-minute poll for you to pick which one you thought was the best out of all 3 of them that I read a fanfic right now. I don't think I could. I haven't written in years. It's live fanfic writing. No, I cannot. I would get way too distracted while writing, not gonna lie. I'm not voting, so I don't want to tell you which one's my favorite was. I'm also a little biased, so. Cause it was not as anonymous as I wanted it to be, so I am a little biased. Writing things live would be a disaster. You're so right. I wish I was a millionaire. Fuck, dude. Because I only saw half of one. You were in... Yeah, you were in the last one, and the first one, I think. Actually, I thought you were in all of them. Maybe. I'm not sure. Meow, meow, meow. We have the question of where... Not the second one? Oh, okay, not the second one. I don't know, the first one, where all the mods were down in a cave, hunting the reader. That was pretty funny. And then the gender bending rain, I'm gonna be honest, it made me giggle real hard. I used the lore from your game and explain how you got your fortune on there. Ah! Oh, that's sweet. Okay. Well, now I'm a little curious. But that's fun, isn't it? I'm happy. I'm excited. It's fun. Yeah. Give some critique, Vera. Do a review. What critique can I give? I mean, I don't know how to give critiques. I like how descriptive you guys were. I like how you guys described everything. It made it really great. It's bad, it's bad, it's bad! I hate your fanfics. I hated them a lot. That's why I read them for an hour. I hated them. I hated all of them. I hate your fanfics. Yeah. I love them though. I do. They make me so happy. I'm sorry. You made me giggle. It made me giggle so hard. I'm not gonna put them in the Goon folder. No. The ending with last bit. You came back to life, Chris! Thank you so much for the follow. You got here right at the end once a Rizzler. Not the end of stream, but the end of the fanfic reading. That's true. A little chortle. That is, Chris, you did a cool thing. You did such a cool thing. I couldn't tell you what the cool thing is, but you did a cool thing. Bow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. No, I wouldn't say it a happy ending. No. I think the closest you got to a happy ending was the second one. The zombie apocalypse won. Alrighty. That's the one that won. Was our last one. GG's. Yeah, GG's. The zombie apocalypse one. Where's my... There it is. What do we recently buy? There... You won. I'm sorry. You did it. You won. You won with your fanfic. Good job. Now you get to choose your prize. You get to choose your... Do you guys want to know? Okay, I've got a question. Who wrote the first one? Because that's the only one that I don't know. The Cave. And I'm gonna be so honest, I loved that one so much. Like, if I had a vote, I would have picked the first one. The first one? Oh! Oh, this is a picture that was in the fanfic. In the zombie fanfic. That's Chris from Playing It Straight. Yep. Well, for your prize, my darling, who wrote the zombie apocalypse. There is prizes, yeah. There was a prize for the winner. You either get a song cover by me, or you get a little doodle. You get a little drawing. Yeah, oh yeah, by the way, Koobs wrote the zombie apocalypse one. Just by the way. Yeah. Tro and Gunk wrote the gender bending rain, and then Snow wrote the cave, the mod cave, the mod cave hunger. Yeah, fanfiction contest. We actually just decided the winner, and the winner was Koobs with their zombie apocalypse. A little doodle in red? Alrighty, you got it. A little doodle. Aye, Captain. Wait, yeah? Heyo! The third one I wanna wear? That was Koobs. Koobs made the third one. Yeah, Koobs wrote the third. I'm doing something. Ah, that's good to hear. Recount? What do you mean recount? Did you vote for the third one, Camera? See? If it's fully anonymous, you'll never know. So just go with the flow. That's fair. This to be a yearly contest? Sure, I'll make this a yearly contest. Yeah. The annual Vera fanfic contest. The first annual Vera contest has come to an end. And this was the ending. Armad Supercubes was the winner. The Goonfic contest will be next November 1st. The start of No Not November. Next November? Yeah. Well, annual means like once a year, right? Almost a year, yeah. Pretty much a year. I mean, there's probably gonna be new mods by next year, right? 12 months is like 2. Fair, yeah. Wait, what was Rizzler? Was he pregnant? Five minutes in. Yeah. Brand new cast. Yeah, there's gonna be new people, probably. Do we get a mod pension when we retire? No, you don't get anything. Nope. I gotta find someone to replace you, Chris. You keep dying in all the stories. Except for the second one. You didn't die. Actually, no, you were Rabbit in the first one. You were Rabbit in the third one. And in the second one, you were part of a throuple where you weren't actually allowed to be a part of anything and just wanted to be in the splash zone. So, you know, I mean, I guess that works for you. No, there's no health insurance. I'm sorry. There's no health insurance. Outer space it. Yeah, you could. Yeah. You could be in them common. You just gotta show up a little bit more often. Must include common. Every year there's gonna be a different rule per- I'll just keep adding on mod-specific rules. This year it was camera must be pregnant. Next year it'll be common must have stinky feet or something. I'll increase the reading time, you know? Or like the page limit. Pissmaster? You're not gonna be the Pissmaster. No. So I planned on this, and I knew that the fanfics wouldn't last all 5 hours. So, let's draw a meme. You know the Vera reaction images? Let's make a new one. These rules are absurd. Yeah. Hold on, you wanna know the rules for the fanfiction contest? Here, I'll read them out to you. Let's see, where is it? I'm going up. Okay. Must be minimum 1 page, maximum 5. Which I changed the maximum to 8. No incest, no rape, no sex, no slurs, follow TOS, and if you include camera, he must be pregnant. Those were the rules. Those were the rules. I'm happy you all follow the rules. It made me very happy to see. It made me giggle and shit my pants a good bit. See, I know I should continue the animation, however, I don't want to. I don't want to. So instead, I'm gonna do game dev. No, I wanna draw pictures. I just don't wanna animate. Because animating's hard. There chat stream when? When the person I commissioned for a 3D model actually responds to me. That's when. I just got lucky I didn't break anyone. That's fair. Huh? Wait? I don't love you like I love you. What did Koobs get? Either a little picture or a song cover, and Koobs picked a little picture. Pregnant camera and Doom Deary. That's fair. Not that I would have been able to give you a song cover with my voice the way it is, but you know. Wait. Hi, Dankus! Thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid! Yeah, you did miss it. You missed the fanfic contest. We just ended it. Hi! No, I'm sorry! I'm sorry! It was the end of the contest.